Yo, JD here, Tyrolinus, and as you can see, we are at AOR Silverstone here today, and I don't think I really need to say that this track is probably my favourite track on the game, and probably in pace as well, up there with Suzuka and tracks like that. And I was really confident going into this one. I actually did quite a bit of practice, a lot more than I've done for any other track I've done this season, and we're going to have to qualify on the medium tyre to do the one stop around here, which is pretty much a must. You really do need to do that because the pit lane is so long. And so far on this lap, going really well. The first sector was, I think it's, if I can see that right, I think it's like a 7 first sector in the medium tyre, which is pretty rapid. So nailing this so far. Get a bit of a poor exit up there, not really ideal, but still the lap is going pretty well at the moment. Yeah, expectations for this race. This is a race where I felt I could actually win a race around here. As we managed to nail that really nicely through here, but this is where the first mistake happened. So we're coming to Magazabeka, so this part's nice and sweet. A little bit hesitant, to a little bit of a dab on the steering wheel there, and just doing a little bit too late of an apex through here, which is not really great. As you can see, we're a 10th down on the quickest time so far. We should normally be about 2 or 3 temps up on that at the moment, and going to here a little bit deep, so didn't get the sweet spot going through here, and now hit this first part of chicane I think pretty well. So brake, come off the brake, and then brake again, going a bit too deep, and we just missed the steering, so we just completely missed the apex here, so get really poor exit up here as well. And we've done a 30.6, which is not a good time. We were doing 30.0s, even a 29 is quite consistent in practice. We can see start of the race now, so I'm starting at 10th place as well, so having to start on older tyres as well, so not even getting a fresh set unless we start at 11th. So making quite a good getaway here so far, and we've already made our positions up into 9th place now, behind ESR, Lucky Dog, and we'll go thinking about going down the inside. We're being cautious, we've got plenty of the race to go. I made up another position, so we're into 8th place, so 2 positions at the start of the race, which is a good start at the moment. Coming up here, traction, got the arrow to the left, and yeah, we've just been taken out. I think that was Lucky Dog who's taken us out there, and I think you could see in the mirror as well, he wasn't really alongside, but the game sometimes lags. I haven't really complained about it. As we go down the inside, at this point I was quite annoyed now because I did a lot of practice and I had some serious pace around this track, and yeah, this feels like it's just going to be completely been thrown away now. So the only thing we can do is just try and recover and just see how well we can do in this race. That's the only thing we can do. So we're going to actually go do quite a nice switchback on Burnout F1, so we've gone to 12. So yeah, I've only lost 2 positions at the start of the race, but you know, we were making up some decent places and really hoping for a podium around here, even a win. That was the aim before this, but yeah, qualifying again, it just didn't really help, just making that mistake. And then to be honest, I think it was Lucky Dog's fault. I haven't complained about it or spoken to him about it or anything, but you know, from looking at that again, you know, that's what I was going to do. But I think the game does lag sometimes. Sometimes someone's car just turns into you and there's nothing you can actually do about it, which I experienced in the race after this. But yeah, now we're just fighting for the position, so behind AOR Reversal and the Red Bull, and I think we've got Martin behind us as well, as he goes out wide, and we managed to take the position from there, so quite a nice easy one. And now behind our teammate, which he always seems to qualify within 2 of me, and fresher tyres as well, so there's always a battle to the pits between me and Jason this season, it seems to be. But we're hoping to get past him and try and push on up the field. So we're already on 13% wear, not having to start on the new tyres. He's making a move on Stu, and we're going to maybe try and follow him through, but thinking better of it, trying to stay behind him. And this race didn't actually get any engine damage. You can see he's short shifting to 4th gear mid corner, getting quite a nice exit as we almost lose the car, saying that we're trying to get alongside Stu and trying to really just, at this point though, still just a little bit miffed about what happened at the start of the race, as we try and leave him room on the exit there, so almost push him off the track, but just about managed to keep it clean. And now we're going to try and follow our teammate in, well, for the rest of this lap, and try and make a move on him as soon as possible. So try and catch up to the train ahead. If we can do that, then that would be great. And now end of lap 4, or starting on lap 4, we're now behind Jason, and we've got Martin behind as well, so he didn't have a good qualifying or a good start. And we're going to go down the inside of our teammate here, which I don't think is going to make it too easy, leaving room on the inside, go around the outside, always really quite nervous that it's going to clip me. He's going to spin round, try hold it around the outside, which managed to do quite nicely, getting the DRS with the slipstream. But saying that, we actually didn't have slipstream this race, because I think when someone leaves, sometimes you don't get any slipstream at all. And I just didn't have any slipstream this race, but when I was behind Martin, which you'll see later on, I had no slipstream at all. But we're behind ESR Ryan and into 9th place now, so making up a few positions now. The group ahead of us is not too far away, so still optimistic to just try and salvage something in the race. You know, still got 22 laps to go, so anything can happen in this league. So going to 6th gear through here, then hold it through 5th with the right hand to get a really good exit, stay nice and tight on the throttle, nice and early. And I don't think we have slipstream here, so this is a little bit of example. We've got the DRS, but yeah, you can see that there is no slipstream, it's just DRS only. So we're making a quite bold move down the inside, turning in a bit too early. Let's hope we'll try not to hit the grass. But that's us into 8th place now. And as you said, no, the guys aren't too far away ahead of us, so you know, it's not all lost at this point. But you know, it would have been better if we got a good start, and we would have been right there at the start of the race. But now moving on to well, the middle of lap 5, and now I think we got Martin. Well, no, he's still behind Ryan now. I think that's someone that's gone for track. I think that's a surprise or ESR surprise has actually gone for track there, which I was just showing in that clip. So that is us into 7th. And now we're moving on towards the end of lap 6 now. We've got Martin behind us, and we're going to just put it down and lean. And that's me just signaling to him that I just want him to go past, because I just want to save some fuel. And we were actually talking about this before the race, that we were going to try and work together if we were together on track. Because slipstream and just staying behind other cars really helps save your tyres and fuel as well. So we're just going to taking turns overtaking each other. But you can see, you know, we don't have a slipstream, so we've only got the DRS to rely on at the moment. So we can't really save our tyres or fuel really this race. And Martin's trying to make a move on Danny M7 ahead of us, but he's actually putting up quite a good fight at the moment. So this is just helping us out, as there's some people actually pitting, so pitting about a lap earlier than what I would have thought they would have done. But now coming on to start lap 10 in 7th place. I think one person's pitted. I think that's Strees is actually pitted. So now we're moving on to lap 10, and I think Martin's going to make a move down the inside here, so we're not going to follow him at this point. It's a banging wheels at the moment, so I was really hoping he wouldn't spin out in front of me. But now trying to get 2nd gear, try and get a good exit of this, which we managed to do quite well. And hopefully it should be a relatively easy move, but we're almost gone off the track there, so try not to get a warning or anything at all. Using the DRS rich mix, and we're going to think we're just going to bold it around the outside, which we do. Hold it in 4th gear, 3rd gear, then back into 4th before this corner. And yep, that's a move done, and into 5th place temporarily. And looks like the guys ahead are a little bit too far away to really do anything at this point, but you can see we're just going to try and stay with Martin now, switching to the hard tyre before the pit stop, because I think we're coming in this lap going through the old turn 1, which we always manage to get really nicely. It's probably one of my favourite corners on the game. But now I believe we're actually going to go into the pits at the end of lap 10. This is where scheduled pit stops going to be. I don't think anyone else is continuing at this point. So just going to pits, and at this point I was still kind of annoyed because I didn't think I did anything wrong on the first lap. And I left room, and I was already hit before I went around the corner. And to be honest, I haven't seen the footage or anything. As I said, I'm not really putting anyone in the stewards in this season. But no, I think the game sometimes, when you're alongside someone on their screen, you turn into them, even though you're not even doing anything. So yeah, I expect that's what happened, because I didn't get a message after the race or anything. But you know, that's just how it is, and hopefully there's something that can be fixed for the next game, because it really just does destroy people's races, to be honest, because you can't really race that wheel to wheel as much as you did in 2013 and stuff like that. But now we're moving on to the end of that. We managed to stay with Martin quite nicely, even though we lost quite a bit of time in the pits behind him, even though we're going quite close. But I think now he's actually going to let off, and he's actually going to wait for me. As you can see, he's actually letting off and doing a little signal, as I do a little signal back as well. So we're just going to try and work together, and I think combined with our pace, I think we're among the top 4 quickest definitely on track, other than Lee, ESR or Cupid and Finn. I think we're definitely up there in terms of pace around here. So if we can work together and not battle too much and save fuel at the same time, then I think we've got a really, really good chance of actually catching some of the guys in front, making an impact and see what we can do. But as I said, I think I'll be able to show an example now, as we almost did corner cut, but managing to just keep it. I think I only got one warning this race, so I did pretty well. So I think this is going to be a good example now. If I put into Rich and DRS, and let's see if we gain anything on the slipstream. You can see there's not really, it's just all DRS that I'm gaining. It's nothing. I think we're using the same wings this race as well, and we're just not gaining anything at all. So moving on to end of lap 12 now. I think this is where Martin actually makes a mistake, which he does. So he actually goes on the gravel, on the grass, and that's an easy move up into 8th place at the moment. So I think there's some guys on the hard tyre. We haven't pitted at the moment, so it's my turn for a few laps to try and keep up the pace. Pretty much what they do in that Verdrome cycling, that someone takes over and then falls behind again. So we managed to keep up the pace for a while, and we're actually catching Frankish Header, who I don't think he's pitted yet. He must have. I don't know, he must have pitted. I'm not sure what's happened there, but yeah. And now we're going to let Martin go past us, or go past us. So you can see we're going in the lead mix. Nice easy move for him, and now it's his turn to actually drag me along as Cupid sets the fastest lap of the race. So now I think Frankish is going in the pits now, and I think it's just going to be us really fighting for this 5th place, because I think the guys ahead of us, they're just too far. We lost too much time at the start of the race with that spin, everything, as Martin sets the fastest lap. So that's what I mean. If you actually drag each other along, that you can go very, very quickly while saving fuel at the same time. So that's the strategy we were doing, and we were working really, really well together. Actually, we weren't in a party or anything at all, but we just said before the race, I think Martin's trying to let me pass. I'm in rich mix, but you can see, yeah, he's in lean now, so I think he had to let off there because I just don't have any slipstream on him. I've got that slipstream glitch at the moment, so that's us up into 5th now. So now again, it's my turn to actually drag him along as we do it for a few laps. But now at this point, there's no one in front of us, and we've just got to think about this 5th place, because that's all we're going to be fighting for. So now it's a head-to-head against me and Martin, as we did at Melbourne again. So I'm in lean, because I don't really want to be in front for the next few laps. I want to really overtake him on penultimate lap, or yeah, probably a penultimate lap, and then try and hold him off for the last lap, because as I said, haven't got the slipstream, so just really just try and hold him off. As you can see, a tyre wear is not doing exactly great at the moment, so that's the problem as well. If you've got no slipstream, you have to actually push during the middle sector. You can't really let off too much or anything. So I think we're going to stay on board till the end of the race now. And so 7th gear, 6th gear through here, and I think he's going to try and let us pass here, but you can see, look, he's quite slow in the exit there. A little bit of what Hamilton was doing at Azerbaijan, but we're going to, well, I think we're going to lean and stand, Casino throttle on the bottom right. We're just letting off, not even using the DRS at this point. So I think he's desperately trying to let us get past, but we actually got some people catching us behind us. The tyre wear's on 71% now, with 2 and a bit laps to go. So we're definitely going to pay quite a bit of attention to this. And yeah, at this point, the only thing we can do is fight for 5th place. And it was disappointing, because I think looking back at the race, or looking at the race director, we had the pace to actually definitely do something in terms of actually fighting for the lead. As we move on to the start of lap 25 now, to see that those are the leaders ahead of us. I think Cupid's got a bigger lead than that, but now trying to get a good exit off here, and I think this is a big example of where the slipstream. So we're going rich mix, DRS now, and you can see, yeah, we're actually gaining something there. So I think he's pretty sure he's going to lean at this point, as Martin has actually gone in deep, and I was pretty sure he did that on purpose. And oh yeah, shock, he's actually done it again through here. So I think we both know what's trying to happen here, if he wants to admit it or not. But I'll let him decide if he wants to admit it on Twitter or anything like that. But I was pretty sure Martin's a good enough driver not to make that kind of mistake. And on this game in particular, even if you do lock up, you still make the corner. So yeah, I think it's a bit uncharacteristic from there. So I think he really wanted to be the car behind going into the last lap, because I think he has slipstream on me. I just don't have it on him. So going to rich mix now. And again, no, we're not even going to use the DRS, because I want to be the car behind. But to be honest now, I think I should have actually overtaken him here, considering I just didn't have that much straight line speed in him. So I probably should have overtaken him there. But now it's the last lap, and we just got to go all guns blazing now and just try and get him, not on the first DRS straight, but maybe, yeah, obviously on the last straight, we'll try and do it there. So now we're going to go into Rich Mix. So this is it's a head-to-head between me and Martin again. So basically a Melbourne repeat this time on the same tyres as well. And yeah, let's see what we can do here. So go into this, get quite good corner fit. So get really important to get a good exit now. So second gear, last minute, get a better line. So go on the throttle slightly out there, Martin, and go on Rich Mix. Get a good exit off here as well in the DRS, and you can see we're gaining, but you know, just not enough. We just don't have the actual slipstream. I think if we had the slipstream there, we could have actually made a move going into that corner. But to be honest, I think that's how the slipstream should be. It should be like that, to be honest. Like the way that was happening then, I'd actually rather it be like that, where it's actually harder to overtake cars. But if we actually did have the real one, then I think we could have gotten through here. So really important now, a good old turn one, which is probably one, as I said, one of my best corners in the game. So get a good exit off here, but this is where I lose it. Turning in too late there, and you can see we've lost a little bit of time, lost about half a car length, trying to get a good exit off here, but I think we're just too far behind, running on the grass as well. DRS, you know, it's not going to be enough to actually overtake mine now, and you can see 85% on the front left as Cupid wins the race, so well done to him. And yeah, that's going to be 5th place over, and we had the opportunity a couple of laps before, but yeah, there's only so much we could do here. So we're going to run home in 6th place for this race. Disappointing because of what happened, but we've just got to move on to the next one. So hopefully you've enjoyed that race. Thank you as always for the support, and I will catch you at Hungary for the next one. Cheers.